It's no secret that since the death of renowned revolutionary leader Nelson Mandela, Africa's most industrialized nation has entered what seems to be an irreversible downward spiral. In recent years, South Africa's turmoil can be summed up into several consequential developments. Widespread xenophobic violence targeting migrant workers from less developed parts of Africa, the riots of 2021, which caused $2.8 billion in economic losses, the blowback stemming from disgraced former President Jacob Zuma's fall from grace, and nationwide electricity cuts linked to Eskom executives plundering the energy giant's coffers. Earlier this month, Al Jazeera reported that South Africa deployed soldiers to 4 provinces to respond to bandits torturing 21 cargo trucks. While some claim that the sabotage is purely criminal-based, others presume that the unprecedented assault on the economy is yet another episode in the Zuma fallout. The elephant in the room amid manifesting controversy is the fact that in early July, opposition leader of the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen, announced that his party will form a coalition with 5 other parties to challenge the ANC in elections slated for 2024. Meanwhile, the far-left economic freedom fighters, a radical movement that wants to enact some of the same policies that Zimbabwe undertook post-white Rhodesian rule, is hellbent on taking over. At this point, spectators cannot help but to ask, is South Africa on the brink of an economic and political crisis that could decimate the democratic model pieced together by Mandela and his allies? Because mainstream South Africans probably understand that giving a mandate to the popular yet extremely polarizing freedom fighters is akin to economic collapse, it is possible that voters who are fed up with the failures of the ANC could throw their weight behind Steenhuisen, a white Afrikaner billed by some as a pragmatist and reformer. The possible ascension of Steenhuisen and his so-called Moonshot Alliance complements the notion that until today, the Afrikaner minority owns anywhere between 80% and 90% of South Africa's private property. While the likelihood of the indigenous black majority putting a white-led Afrikaner coalition in power is a long shot, socioeconomic desperation and political paralysis might compel more voters to turn their backs on the ANC, to take a chance on 5 parties that want to pull the nation from the brink of disaster. What do you think? Will South Africans continue to support the remnants of Nelson Mandela's now broken party? Or is the mainstream ready to give up on the black liberation movement in favor of Afrikaner elites who prefer to bring South Africa closer to the European Union and United States? Tell us what you think in the comments section.